As we start this week, think about the quote: always make learning greater than your experience. Always make learning greater than your experience. As you think about this, think about what you've learned to date. Think what you've learned over from peers. Think what you've learned from technologies. Think what you've done to bring it all together with your role. Think about what else you could learn. Because what you need to learn, what I learned, is experience only helps so far. But you have to continue to learn to thrive, learn to figure out how to address that next step, learn how to be more proficient in your role. See, I had a friend of mine years ago. He talked about how if he was going to go back to school, he'd learn about the psychology of a person. That was 10 years ago. And actually, it was over 10 years ago now. But as I think about that quote, it took me years to better understand what he was saying. And today I get it. Because working with people and working with being able to have that conversation goes that next step. So as we think about this quote and how we can grow, think about how you can grow. What educational opportunity do you have available to you? Because you have to think about, when we talk about how we communicate, how we thrive, think about what we do in our role. That's our purpose. We're communicators. We help communicate and thrive for other peers, other mentors, other sponsors, other stakeholders to be more successful in their role. So how do you contribute to that today? How could you further thrive? So from the educational opportunity, think about how you can do that next step. Whether it's having that one-on-one session, going to lunch, learn something new about your stakeholder. Learn how to further contribute and identify how you can work with that customer. Learn what that customer does outside of work. Better get to know them. Because what you might learn is there is something that you might be able to thrive together on and work together even outside of the work environment to better your own ability to go be a better person that you are. So how has this become greater learning? What I did years ago, I had a manager of mine. She was very critical on very several fronts on my presentation skills. Am I perfect? I'm not. Do I collaborate? I do. I think I do fairly well. I've been told I do quite well, but I'll let you be the judge of that. Because what I learned from that, and I was scrutinized to the nth degree. I will not say otherwise. However, it also allowed me the opportunity to reflect about my communication, reflect how I communicated, and found that actually what I was being criticized on was an asset. Absolute asset being able to how I communicated, because I did quite well. It just was not her type of communication for that manager. Did I do it wrong? I did. Did I connect with customers with everything I did? In that case, I was doing business cases. I did. I connected in many different fronts. Did I have more to learn? I did. And what I learned is by going back and working with others outside of the workplace, learning how to better communicate with organizations through organizations like Toastmasters, through other organizations like Scouting, other organizations like Kiwanis or civic groups. I was able to better understand, amongst others, how to thrive in different ways of that bit of communication. So as you think about today, I'm going to go back about figure out how you can communicate. How can you improve your communication? And trust me, do I have a perfect? I do not. I can tell you 100%. I can have 1,000 people in the room, or I can have 100, or I can have 2. It's all about how you communicate, make yourself relational. That's important because that's what others are going to connect to. So think about this today. Think about how you can cultivate what you know today and who you know with those that challenge you. Maybe you can challenge yourself by taking on something new. I know we're all overwhelmed. It's the last thing we need is to challenge ourselves something new. However, is there something to help you challenge yourself to help you thrive tomorrow that you cannot do today? And when you do that, think about retribution. Think about as you grow, maybe you're able to help someone else grow and mentor. Trust me, it's going to change your life. In summary, think about how you can grow and help that person next to you to leave that legacy. I know you don't think about legacy. It's really about the butterfly effect. If you don't know what the butterfly effect is, think about the wings on the butterfly and what the wings do. Does it sit still? No, it doesn't. Think about what the wings on the butterfly do. It actually moves air. But does that movement of air just stay amongst that close vicinity? Or did it create that typhoon on the other side of the world? Think about that. Think about how you're able to not create the typhoon, but make a difference. Make a difference to those around you by better communicating. How you can cultivate and grow yourself in many different ways. Because I assure you, the number one challenge we have in society today, as a whole, is communication. The number one challenge we have in our industry, and I'll go very specific, IT asset management, software asset management, and configuration management, is the ability to communicate. If we're able to communicate, that means we're able to better represent ourselves. If we're able to better represent ourselves, that means we're allowed into those meetings. If we're able to be in those meetings, that means we can help be part of the decision-making process. Think about how you can thrive. This is Mr. Bill. That's my Motivation Monday for today. If there's something I could do, please reach out to me. I'm here for you, 100%. Just come out to the community, link up on LinkedIn, follow me. Feel free to reach out if I can help you in any way. I look forward to hearing from you.